Hello, family. Remember, I promised you guys that I was going to be coming to you every day with a little infusion of positivity, joy, and light. And as you can see behind me, it is snowing something interesting here in Boston, but I am not allowing that to literally just take away from the warmth in my heart. As you can see, I'm dressed as if I'm going to the beach. I literally was going to be wearing this little outfit in Florida for spring break, but best laid plans. But I am really excited to just continuing to come to you, walking really in the same paths that all of you are doing. We are all struggling with what is our new reality. And be assured that we are walking the exact same journey as so many of you as you deal with what does this mean for our lives? What does this mean for our finances? What does this mean for our jobs? What does this mean for our health? What does this mean for our children? We're all struggling with the same questions. And the only way that we are not going to allow those uncertainties to just completely rob us of all of our joy is that we have to be very intentional about creating the space to find the positives in everything that is happening around us. Can you imagine that when I took a sabbatical from my urology clinical position in June, I had no idea that God was literally going to be positioning me for such a time as this. A time where the habits of positivity that have helped me to stay afloat for all of these years are going to be the very same things that bring joy, light, and hope to so many of you. Now, my habits of positivity come from this unlimited reservoir that is anchored in the God that I serve, that I know that all of the unlimiteds that we talked about, the unlimited faith, the unlimited grace, the unlimited courage, the unlimited power comes from this place of abundance. And I have security not in the 401k that is literally dwindling right in front of my eyes, or the investments in the gyms or the clinics that are literally also in a huge state of uncertainty. But the security that all of us have is in the knowledge that the God that we serve is an awesome God, and none of this is outside of His power to be able to keep us protected, to keep us strengthened, to keep us connected to our joy, our peace, and our hope in Him. And so for that reason, I am going to be using my healing ministry that extends and expands outside of the operating room, outside of the examining room. And I give all honor and glory and gratitude to those people who are on the front lines working towards our health and our safety. And my assignment is to bring you those little nuggets, these little positivity pearls to keep encouraging you to practice the things that are going to help us through this crisis. We know that we're going to make it through. I told a story yesterday about one of my church aunts, Aunt June Lowe, who said to me that even though we are experiencing this as a collective, where we literally for most of our generations have never experienced this before, so we don't even know what it means. She told me that she was continually thinking about her brother, whose name was Henry. Henry, she said, was born before she was, so more than 81 years ago, during the Spanish flu of 1918. And Henry died as a result of the Spanish flu. And she felt as if she knew Henry because her parents spoke about him all the time, so that she felt that he was still a part of their family. But what was so encouraging to me was that their family survived. That even though there was this huge pandemic at that time, that so many people suffered loss, but the family survived and lived on. For her to be able to tell me 81 years later, and for her life to be just this example of kindness and generosity and contributing to community and just love. So I was very encouraged that even though it seems almost like a doomsday situation that we're facing, that there is hope and that we will survive and that we will make it through it. And the other thing that I was reminded of is that even though we are experiencing this as a collective today, like it is all happening at once, this COVID-19, each of us have had COVID-19 moments in our lives, and we have had to deal and confront with feelings of fear and uncertainty and hopelessness and discouragement. And those could have occurred whether it was in the loss of a family member, in a dire medical diagnosis like a cancer of some sort, in the loss of, a job, in a huge disappointment, and I could go on and on about the challenges that each of us have faced that have felt like COVID-19 moments. And for many of us, we've been able to tap into our resilience, tap into our strengths, tap into these superpowers to be able to overcome and to be able to look back and to see how, despite how just incredibly insurmountable the problem may have seemed at the time, we actually managed to make it through. So we are going to make it through this. And we're going to reach into these powers of positivity that are part of our superpowers to be able to encourage ourselves, to be able to stay uplifted, to be able to stay positive, to be able to stay encouraged, and to know that ultimately we have this abundance in who we are, in who God has created us to be, in who God provides for us to be, in how God provides for us to show up even in these situations. We trust and believe that we are going to be okay. So my sabbatical journey really was to provide the space for me to do exactly what I'm going to be doing today, which is to give you a break, to create some tools, to create a space for you not to be so discouraged and hopeless, but to hold on to these practices of positivity that are going to bring us into this mindset that we are going to get through this. That number one, first habit of positivity is that there is a solution. We're going to find it. If there's a problem, there's a solution. We're going to find it. Number two, all the limits that we're confronted with, we're going to be able to convert those to opportunities. And I think there's so many of you who are already experiencing, even in this time of stillness, how we have been blessed to pay attention to the little joys that we take for granted. That's my husband sneezing. Number three, God, we got to hold on to the positives that build us up, that give us hope, and the negatives that just threaten to subtract and suck all of our joy, that we have to just put those in the right places. Not that we ignore them, not that we don't confront them, but that we process them, that we deal with them, and then we discard so they're not constantly sucking from us. 4, we're all here with a purpose, and we can see today for sure that that purpose is linked to caring for each other. We are interdependent. Everything that we do impacts on someone else. And so this situation has brought us into that realization that, we are part of an ecosystem where we are all interdependent, and we are here to be in relationship with one another and be caring for one another. And 5 is that in all things we give thanks, because we woke up this morning. We're thankful for that. We're thankful for so many of the little things, even as we look around this world that is swirling seemingly out of control with the COVID-19 virus, with the degree of just feeling off balance and off center that it has created for so many of us, that it has catapulted us into this new reality of living our days in a way that we have never been forced to do and have no real familiarity with what it means long term. Even with all of those things, we can find the little things that every day, even as we wake up, to give thanks for. And then we believe that there are no limits, that we serve a God that is unlimited, and that because because of that, we believe that He will take care of us and He will protect us, even as we're dealing with these earthly challenges. So I am so excited to be just coming to you and to just giving these little nuggets of hope and positivity, and really using not only our own stories that have informed how we have come, both my husband and I have come to this place of just practicing these habits, but also to share some of our current journey with you to help you to understand that what I'm talking about, I am living it today. I am living it every day, making the choice to fast from worry and to focus on positivity. So God bless you all, and I'll see you again next time.